Okay. All right. So we are now live. Let me move this over a little bit so everyone can see us. Okay. And I just need to turn on my GoPro. Always forgetting something. Wonderful. Let us now pay homage and respect to our Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. We pay respect and homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the fully enlightened Buddha. Salutations to members of the Sangha across the world, across all orders, the Mahayanan order, the Theravadan order, and the Zen order. Present with me today is Venerable Vasu Bhandhu, Bhikkhu, and I am Ajahn Jidao. What a pleasure to have met very new people and board members at AFN. Everyone knows that Venerable Vasu Bhandhu is the manager over at Arizona Faith Network. And so it is with great joy that I got to attend their meetings today. And we spent a lot of time together here in Arizona. How wonderful the causes and conditions for it to come to light, for all of us to be present. This is an absolute miracle that a Florida monk from Florida goes to Arizona, then goes to Cali. He's in every corner of California, and then subsequently came back to Arizona to meet up with his best friend, Venerable Vasu Bhandhu, from traveling to Mexico. You were in New Mexico.
Yeah,
Mexico. And so it's just amazing that the timeline matched up to where I am and where he is, and we're here sitting together on this auspicious and jubilant day. He arrived yesterday, and everyone knows that we have to rest. It's very hot here in Arizona, 115 degrees. I didn't realize how dangerous that is because you see, I just got back from Laos, Thailand in March, April area. So, by virtue of my training, is tolerance and endurance over such heat, and that I don't really, analyze. It is what it is. We brush it off, and we return back to our practice. However, today, given the statistics that have been given at AFN, hundreds and hundreds of, right now there are 453 bodies on or about, statistically, that number in Maricopa County within the coroner's office conducting autopsies to confirm whether or not it is heat-related deaths. There is on or about 115 deaths so far. And AFN Arizona Faith Network have done a tremendous amount of good work, and the only one leading in the nation to address the heat issues by providing heat shelters and using fundings, grants, in order to save lives. How amazing that was. That was something that was very beautiful and very moving in my heart to observe today during the board meeting, that they're saving lives. There are people out there who are not privileged, that are poor, that are homeless, that are in situations of in destitution. And it is by the organizations of AFN that ensures their survival and to help them throughout the day, to help them get by during the heat season. Yeah, there is so much work to be done as part of the meeting stretched on, and so glad that such organization able to pull in the many talents and wisdom of people in Arizona, caring, kind, compassionate individuals that have a heart to serve under volunteer positions to come up with ingenious ways to help other people who are most in need. As people living on the streets are pondering and praying, how am I going to get by? How am I going to be fed? Where can I take a shower? Where can I eat? Where can I rest? I'm just trying to get by. I am just trying to get by. And it is through organizations like AFN, Corazon, Arizona Faith Movement,
Yes.
and the many more out there that have been yet to be discovered as I'm making my rounds across Arizona. How beautiful to just realize that these individuals are doing the work that they do. How beautiful our federal government in providing those grants and money and resources to ensure where it goes, who it goes to, and why it needs to go there. The priority that is necessary to ensure human life, the value of human life in America. I think that's something that I am truly indebted in the American system, government system, is providing so much aid and relief efforts by through coordination, collaboration with nonprofit organizations in order to ensure that the survival of our human race, 300 million perhaps here in the United States. I just can't stop saying good things about Arizona Faith Network and the many beautiful people that is in there, the board members, the pastors, the reverends, collective effort from across many faiths, philosophies, and religion coming together with a smile to take up 2 hours, 2.5 hours in putting on their agenda in a very organized way, in a very logistical way, very scientific in tackling these problems and quickly mobilizing and acting quickly. So beautiful. Had it not been for Venerable Vasu coming here and how quick he is, you guys think I'm quick? This man is so quick. Bless his heart, talents, everything that the universe have given him, his skills, his listening skills, his eyes, his mind, body, speech, and mind in Buddhism we call, to work the things that he does on a laptop in order to make things happen. He is bombarded every day with emails, bombarded with invitations, bombarded with the many nonprofit organizations that have competing agendas that require a lot of people's attentions in attendance and collaborations. So we owe it to Venerable Vasu, who is, to me, he is leading world-class Buddhist monk, world-class. Um, I think everyone should know that. And whoever I respect, you all should also respect. Whoever I look up to, you all should also respect too. In honor of living teachers, in honor of me, who is still alive talking at the time of this talk, and for the future generations proceeding on forward, if I ever sit with someone and I tell you all that this man is a hero and we owe it to him and we are indebted to him, that means all of my followers will also have and adopt the same attitude as such. Because how would our world look like had it not been for humans like Venerable Vasu Bhandhu? Our world would be a mess, would be in a very disorganized mess. So I hold tremendous amount of love, adoration, reverence, to hold in deep respect in my heart for him, and I'm showing that every time we get a chance to be together. He thinks the same of me, and I don't. We both think the same of each other, but this is the very least that I can do for him here, is to make his stay comfortable, to encourage him to rest more, to check his emails less. And for some of you that do know Venerable Vasu Bhandhu, please reserve your emails so that he can take the rest. What needs to happen now is he needs to recharge. Uh, he looks young, and he is young. He's 26. I am 37. I go by the Chinese calendar, so I add one more year above my biological age. But he's dealing with some visual impairments. Everyone understands that anything that has to do in the upper extremities of the body that is directly connected to the brain and the occipital lobe, anything that is occipital requires resting, regeneration, revitalization, rejuvenation, and recovery. I take his health very seriously because there is no other Vasu Bhandhu in the world. 8 billion people. This man is one out of 8 billion in my heart, in my mind. That's what I see. He has to be protected and under and any at all costs. And that's why he's telling me, what can I do to help you? And I said, the best thing that you can do right now is to rest so that you can sit here with me. We recently got some energy, and I said, let's use the energy to make it known of who you are and what you're doing in the world for all of us. And because once we start to sit down or lay down, recovering from this 115-degree heat, it's rough. We're young. We're taking these naps. We wake up from these naps and we feel like we're 70. Instantly 70. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just wanted to hand over the microphone, which is verbally, for Venerable Vasu to talk a little bit about Arizona Faith Network, to bring that up to awareness again. Yeah, so people know about your organization, what you do, and how they cater to the people here in Arizona and within the nation.
Thank you so much. It's an honor for me to have this beautiful introduction, to have this opportunity to share about the importance of all diversity of religions collaborating together, of interfaith collaboration. For us as a Buddhist monastics is always our work to help people to alleviate the suffering, to find the causes of the suffering, and to identify their suffering in their lives, to don't suffer anymore. For me, it has been a pleasure and it's an honor to collaborate with diversity of religions, to helping others to don't suffer anymore. As you mentioned, the extreme heat make a lot of people suffer. So what we do as a monastics is very important. Collaborating with other religions, learning from each other, putting all the resources together to make a better impact together. The diversity of religions brings a unique contribution to social justice, to peace. So I really appreciate your dedication and your commitment for interfaith collaboration. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. You all just going to have to punch in Arizona Faith Network to realize the magnitude of their work, as their website has been, they just made their website better, easier to navigate and understand the services that they provide. So I invite everyone to Google Arizona Faith Network. Is it .org or?
Correct. Yes.
ArizonaFaithNetwork.org. And you can see Venerable Vasu Bhandhu's biography, who he is, what he does, and the many board members that is on there. It's just incredibly amazing. I was trained in nonprofit. My father started out in nonprofit at the Asian Neighborhood Family Center when we immigrated to America. At Eckerd College, I was trained in nonprofit, taking a whole entire college course and conducting my research at the same center he used to work, funded by JWB, Juvenile Welfare Board, and the Gulfport Jewish Family Center. The name is so long, but anyone that puts all of that into Google can understand. So the importance of nonprofits and the many services. Again, no one ever sit there and really expand and talk about these things. You have to get out and visit your nonprofit and understand what they do. Why is it so salient? Why is it so important and instrumental life-saving programs, homelessness, drug addiction, domestic violence, crimes against children, crimes against women, uh, human trafficking, sex exploitation, safety for babies. There's so many, actually so many, and so beautiful as it reflects humans. So, you know, we know in psychology that human can be very destructive. That's why we have wars. But we also know that human can be very compassionate, and the amount of number of nonprofit organizations reflect the magnitude of that proof of altruism, generosity, and a life dedicated to all giving. So again, you know, it just absolutely amazes me on a daily basis, and I hope the causes and conditions will allow me to stay in Arizona long. I have to return back to Florida. You know, everyone knows that my parents 74, my mom's 65. The president's priority of family has to come first because I'm the only child in the family. But so many people are looking forward to me staying here and contributing as much as I can, and to be in close quarter of your presence. You notice his voice is so calm. I'm so full of energy and sometimes not calm, because I have so much to do as a social worker. So I'm reminded of samadhi. I'm reminded of mindfulness of the breath when I see Venerable Vasu. He is the living proof we have of tranquility. En español, tranquilo. um, you know, there are certain holy men that will bring you towards the gate and kingdom of heaven. What does that mean? For example, I'm Catholic and Buddhist. When I profiled Cardinal Donald World, of course, you know, he is probably in retirement stage now. And of course, as a leader himself, his voice, just analyze his voice, Cardinal World. His voice just his voice alone, amazing, can lead you to the gate of kingdom of God. I feel, that's what I feel. That's what I think of Cardinal World, Donald Cardinal World. Now, when we talk about Venerable Vasu's voice, it's like in the moment of encountering him and he speaks, you're in nirvana. What is nirvana? It's calm. It's calm. His voice is able to lower your blood pressure. I don't think he knows that. Do you know that? You know that your voice can lower someone's blood pressure? You know, so if you have high blood pressure, you have to travel, come see him, sit with him. You can't see him through the screen. It's not going to have the health benefit that I'm claiming here. Okay? Whatever I say, you prove me wrong. That when you encounter him in person, he's loved by all at AFN. He's loved by all in public, by people who've met him. He's loved by me. You know, so you have to ask yourself, a monk with 1 million followers found peace by talking to this man in black robes. Who is Vasu Bhandhu? And so I know that I will live long if I'm around him. Because all I have to do is hear his voice and I'm calm. You know, the many emails and psychotherapy sessions, counseling sessions, and everything like that, and just hear his voice, and I'm like, woosah. You come in here, you see the Buddha behind us. You have an active, living teachings of the Dhamma. That's what monks are. Monks are living teachings of the Dharma, which is the teachings of the Buddha, living teachings of the Buddha. So I hope to make my way back here often and to be reminded of that fact. People don't get out a days outdoors anymore. Now, we invite you to go to your local monasteries. You got to get out. You have to meet people like him, discover people like him. Come to monasteries. Come and pay your respect to the Buddha. Come and discover Buddhism, what it can do for you. If you're a Christian or if you're other faith, go to your mosque, go to your church. Go to your local congregations, go to your United Methodist Church, go to church. If you don't go to church, you are far from God. If you don't go to your monastery, you are far from Buddha. And if you're far from God, you're far from Buddha, Allah, Vishnu, Shiva, and the many gods and philosophies and religion out there. You will be so lost within your own mind. You will be prey. You will be victims of your own mind, of not knowing what to believe, how to believe, true faith and convictions of what to believe in. You will be done for. What does that mean? I've watched people lose their minds. I've watched people lose their minds because they did not choose a good working philosophy to believe, to pray, to have hope, to practice, doing what needs to be done, practice what needs to be practiced, to get out and volunteer, to get out and be engaged in our world, to do what needs to be done, to advocate for world peace, to advocate for justice, and it is my constant encouragement for all of the young Gen Alpha and Gen Zoomers. As you see, Venerable Vasu is only 26 years old. And in order for you to have meaning in your life and purpose in your life, in addition to your academic studies, you must get out and make meaning of your life by serving. That is to be bold, capitalized, and underlined, by serving our community, by serving our people, by serving your neighbor. Love your neighbor as if you would love yourself. Love thy neighbor. Jesus told you that. Those were his commandments. So if you love Jesus, you would do that. The Buddha taught all of us to find a Kalyana Mitra, the wise friend. The Buddha told us to dedicate our body, speech, and mind for the benefit of other people. And the many gods out there and the many philosophies out there, Hinduism, the Baha'is, they all go out there and serve people. Why do you think they exist? Because the priority of charity, the priority of generosity, the priority of serving. So therefore, I cannot emphasize enough that if you don't want to be depressed, if you don't want to be anxious, if you want to overcome social anxiety, if you want to overcome mental health illness, you must get out. You must do what needs to be done. Ask your local pastor, ask your local religious and faith leaders, what can I do to help you? What can I do to help our community? What is going on in our community? What is it do I need to know as Generation Z and Alpha right now? How can I help? How can I be different from my generation? How can I be of service? So many things to explore, to be educated, to be classy, to be classy, to be different, and to be that different individual. We need more heroes like all of you to get out. A privilege to know and a duty to act has always been the motto. A privilege to know and a duty to act. If you don't know where to start, you can visit AFN, or you can visit, according to my research, the Consensus Center in Copenhagen Consensus Center in Europe, by Professor Bjorn Lomborg, who is a hero to me. And you can see the many types of things that they do: education, infrastructure, water, sanitation, food, government, politics. So there is a whole long list to get passionate about, to advocate for. Choose one, and then come to us. Choose one, and come to AFN, and try to help what needs to be done. You might be an expert in that field that we have yet to discover. The many talents that you all possess yet to be discovered. Make yourself known, make yourself visible to the world, like what we're doing now. I'd like to conclude my talk for tonight, as we both have an agenda, a very early agenda tomorrow. And it is, I am charged with the task of taking care of Vasu. Who's charging me with this task? I am.
Thank you.
The priority of longevity for the Sangha, and he is a representative of the Sangha, and he is with us and always will be with us. So I take it upon mission and dedication and commitment to taking care of him during his short stay here until Saturday. And will be my constant encouragement for him to take his rest and slow down. It's like a rubber band. If you stretch it out a little too much, it might just snap, right? That means your health will decline quickly, rapidly. Uh, and you have to know how to just relax, tranquilo, take it easy. Uh, Venerable Vasu has been doing so much that he forget how to relax. So many emails, so many responding and updating monks. People think monks sit underneath a tree and meditate. In our cases, we update a lot of information. Brain power requires 40% of human energy to work the way that we work and to understand the world comprehensively, and taking that data and interpreting that data to the world so that they know what to do, describing the what and coming up with the effective, comprehensive how to solve the problems of the world. As a direct result of that, we, the very different types of monks in the world, have to take better care of ourselves and know how when to slow down at any and all costs to slow down. We appreciate all of your support in the days of yesterday. I express direct gratitude. I am so grateful for all of the donations that you all have given. And as a direct result of those donations will be used to support Venerable Vasu's journey and travels, so that he can continue his good work during the medical care and restoration of his vision. It's my job to keep an eye, a Venerable surveillance program on very high value targets as Venerable Vasu, high value target, because Washington is waiting for you, and Chicago is waiting for you, and New York is waiting for you. So I call it my high target value. That's what I do. I specifically target monks out there that do extraordinary work, and you're an extraordinary individual. It is with big regret that I cannot be with you always 24/7 to look after you. So hopefully, as you leave Saturday, that you always remember that Chidao wants me to take it easy, tranquilo. And we will continue to support his path always. I will continue to support my path. I'm sorry, I will continue to support his path always, to make sure that he is where he is safe and sound, and he has the necessary resources to carry on the good work that has been laid forth ahead for the entire nation, for the benefit of this nation. Everyone know it is election season, so it's vital that AFN function the way that they do, and Venerable Vasu function the way that he does, to have the conversation for you all voters to be informed voters. You must know the truth and how to vote, who to vote for, and why character matters. Character matters. Do not buy in based upon what they say without understanding the person's character. Do not buy in based upon certain promises. Do not buy in. You must know that their words and action needs to be congruent. Their track record. You need to understand political science. So be more informed, educated voters. I'd like to conclude my talk. I know there's a lot on my mind that I want to address, but perhaps maybe in the forthcoming days. May you all be well, be happy, be free, and always be healthy. May you reflect on today's talk. May you reflect on the life and legacy of Venerable Vasu, the continuation of his legacy in providing and helping all of us to understand the interfaith world. May you all reflect on the great work of Arizona Faith Network. May you all reflect on the Triple Gem. May you all reflect on how you can contribute in such a way that will give meaning and purpose in your life by educating yourself, by and through the resources that was uttered today. You may have to go back and listen again to get involved, but it is our encouragement for you all to get involved. These are the things that the Buddha would want you to do. These are the things that the great gods in the days of yesterdays would want you all to do. May you all realize the light of your own true nature. May you realize you are the hope the world is hoping for. May you all take care of yourself. May you all be healed and be a significant source of healing for others in our community. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. All right. That was a good one. Oh, I'm gonna turn this one off.